Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Ganacho destroys Caicedo in first Chelsea training, Stamford Bridge erupts already. The buzz around Chelsea's Cobham training ground was already at fever pitch when Alejandro Ganacho stepped onto the pitch for his very first training session as a Chelsea player. The Argentine winger, signed in a £40 million deal from Manchester United, had been unveiled to rapturous applause at Stamford Bridge just days earlier. Now, it was time to move from headlines and photographs to the real test, training under Enzo Maresca. What unfolded was a moment that no Chelsea supporter will soon forget. Ganacho, still just 21 years old, instantly lit up the session with a fearless performance that left even his new teammates stunned. And in the middle of it all came the clash that has dominated fan conversations ever since, Ganacho versus Moises Caicedo. The build-up to training. The day had started quietly, as most first sessions do. Chelsea's coaching staff arranged small rondo drills to loosen up the players, with laughter echoing across the training pitches. Ganacho was kept in a group alongside Reece James, Cole Palmer, and Noni Madueke, easing him into the rhythm. The Argentine looked sharp, his touches clean, his movement already suggesting he was eager to make an impression. But while Ganacho smiled and interacted easily with his new teammates, there was a competitive fire burning inside him. He knew that at a club like Chelsea, reputation counts for nothing. Only performance, intensity, and the ability to prove oneself on the training pitch would win respect. The challenge against Caicedo. As the drills shifted into small-sided games, Ganacho found himself running directly at Moises Caicedo. The Ecuadorian midfielder, known for his tough tackling and relentless defensive presence, has built a reputation as one of the Premier League's most difficult players to bypass. Many forwards have been stopped dead in their tracks when attempting to get past him. But Ganacho had other ideas. Receiving the ball wide on the left, he squared up Caicedo in a 1-versus-1. With a quick feint to his right, Ganacho suddenly darted inside, pushing the ball through with blistering acceleration. Caicedo lunged, but Ganacho's speed and close control made the challenge look clumsy. In a flash, the Argentine was gone, sprinting into space and firing a curling effort towards goal. The ball crashed against the crossbar, bouncing down as teammates gasped and applauded. It was the moment that sent shockwaves through the session. Ganacho had just made one of Chelsea's most dependable midfield warriors look ordinary. The reactions from teammates. The sidelines erupted. Players who had been watching the duel couldn't help but cheer at the audacity and skill. Cole Palmer reportedly clapped and shouted across the pitch, while Reece James jogged over to pat Ganacho on the back. Even Enzo Maresca, usually calm and analytical, allowed himself a smile. Caicedo, for his part, responded in the only way he knows, by immediately upping the intensity. Minutes later, he came flying in with a crunching tackle to stop Ganacho during another move, reminding the youngster that training at Chelsea is not just about showing flair but also about surviving physical battles. Yet the damage had already been done. Ganacho had announced his arrival in emphatic style. Stamford Bridge already buzzing. Word of the training ground duel spread fast. Within hours, Chelsea fan forums and social media accounts were flooded with talk of Ganacho destroying Caicedo. Some fans labelled it a symbolic moment, proof that Ganacho is ready to bring a new level of fearlessness to Stamford Bridge. Others hailed the Argentine as the missing spark that Chelsea's attack has long craved. Stamford Bridge itself seemed to carry the energy of Ganacho's debut training exploits. By the time Chelsea lined up for their weekend fixture against Fulham, chants of Ganacho's name were already being rehearsed in the stands. Fans know that training ground moments are not the same as match-day heroics, but there is something powerful about a new signing setting the tone so early. Enzo Maresca's new challenge. For Enzo Maresca, Ganacho's explosive first impression is both a gift and a challenge. On one hand, the winger's confidence, pace, and directness perfectly suit the attacking philosophy Maresca is trying to instill. On the other, it raises questions about balance in the squad. With Ganacho, Palmer, Madueke, and Estevo all fighting for attacking roles, Maresca will need to carefully manage expectations and minutes. What is clear, however, is that Ganacho has wasted no time making his mark. He has shown not just skill, but bravery, the willingness to take on one of the Premier League's fiercest midfielders and come out on top. A new era at Chelsea. Chelsea fans have seen plenty of big money signings over the years, but not all of them have settled quickly. Garnacho's first training session suggests that this move may be different. There is hunger in his play, a sharpness in his movements, and a determination to prove that leaving Manchester United for London was the right step. As one coach reportedly muttered on the sidelines, "If this is day one, imagine what he'll be like in 6 months." For now, Chelsea supporters can bask in the knowledge that Alejandro Garnacho has already created a moment of legend at Cobham. He destroyed Moises Caicedo in training, he captured the respect of his teammates, and he ignited the imagination of Stamford Bridge before even kicking a ball in a competitive match. The Garnacho era at Chelsea has begun, and it has started with fireworks. Facundo Buonanotte reveals why he chose Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez's influence key to surprise loan. The 2025 summer transfer window may have closed, but it left behind one of the most surprising stories. Facundo Buonanotte, one of Brighton's most promising young midfielders, completed a shock loan switch to Chelsea on deadline day. The 20-year-old Argentine playmaker, admired for his technical ability and attacking flair, has joined Enzo Maresca's side for the 2025-26 season. While Brighton fans were left stunned by the decision, Buonanotte has now revealed that one of Chelsea's most important players had a decisive role in convincing him to move. The shock move from Brighton. Brighton supporters are no strangers to losing young talent, but Buonanotte's loan has sparked particular frustration. Many feel the midfielder will struggle to find regular minutes in a Chelsea side already stacked with creative options such as Cole Palmer, Alejandro Garnacho, and Mykhailo Mudryk. Brighton boss Fabian Herzog, however, moved quickly to reassure fans, insisting that Buonanotte's long-term future remains at the Amex. He emphasized that the deal was purely a loan, designed to give the youngster the experience of a bigger stage while still keeping him tied to Brighton for the future. Still, many Seagull supporters believe Chelsea may have pulled off a transfer masterstroke. Buonanotte's conversation with Enzo Fernandez. After arriving at Stamford Bridge, Buonanotte admitted that a private conversation with fellow Argentine Enzo Fernandez was one of the main reasons he accepted the move. "I spoke with Enzo Fernandez, and I think his message was very important because he is one of the captains of the team," Buonanotte said in his first interview as a Chelsea player. For the young midfielder, Fernandez's role went beyond that of a national teammate. He represented stability, leadership, and